Hello. So it is Friday, February 20th, 2015. This post is going to be in regards to the show My 600-Pound Life on TLC that just aired 2 days ago, Wednesday the 18th. I am very disappointed about how it all went. They definitely turned and twisted a lot of things on there to make it more juicier for drama, so they could get higher ratings or whatever their reasons were. I think that every season they probably pick somebody to not have a good time, and last season it was Penny. I think this season it was me. I will admit to being bitchy at times and not being super cooperative at times, because I just moved from California to here in June, and they've been filming me ever since. They followed me here when we drove here, and they've followed me to every doctor's appointment, and they've followed me doing different things. The film crew has been here many, many times, and a lot of times I had a problem with that because I felt like they were filming too much unnecessarily. So I would complain and say, why are you filming this again? You just filmed me getting in and out of the car or whatever. I felt like they kept wanting to film every single thing, and I complained about it. So I feel like since I wasn't super cooperative all the time, that's why they kind of chose me for this season's bad guy. And if that's what they need to do, then so be it. I'm trying to get over that and not let it bother me, because I can't prove that it's not true. But that's why I'm putting this clip up, just for anybody who's interested. If you're not interested, that's fine. Just bypass this clip completely. If you already have it in your mind that you don't want to believe what I'm saying, or you want to believe, TLC over me, then that's fine. But I really am not lying. They really did twist things around to make it look the juiciest. When I got here, I weighed 678. Right now, today, February 20th, I actually haven't weighed since February 7th. February 5th was my last doctor's appointment. And on that date, I weighed 511. But on the show, the lowest weight they gave me was 529. I mean, that's 18 pounds difference, and they couldn't even give me my 18 pounds. So I think they're just, again, trying to make me look as worst as possible. Also, it said for 2 months that I have been skipping physical therapy appointments. That's absolutely not true, because 2 doctor's appointments ago is the first time the doctor even brought up me doing any physical therapy at home, because he didn't like that I wasn't walking enough, and I've been mostly walking in water. But our car broke down about a month ago, so I haven't been able to go to the pool, and it's harder to walk outside of water, and I feel dizzy like I'm going to fall down, so I haven't walked as much outside of water, and I haven't been able to go to the pool either. So that's why he suggested physical therapy in home. And so a phone call came, because I tried to get my son to be my caretaker and get paid for it. As long as he's helping me anyway, he might as well get paid for it, right? So I tried to get him signed up for that, but because he's related to me and he lives with me, they said we weren't eligible for it. So when I got a phone call that said that they were from Home Health, I thought it was the same thing to do with my son being my caretaker. And I said, my doctor said I don't qualify for that, and he won't let me have it, so I'm not interested at this time. So yes, I turned away one phone call that said from Home Health. But they did not say physical therapy, they said home health, and I thought it was for the other thing. So then when the doctor asked me about it, and I said they haven't called me yet, that was the truth. I didn't think they had called. So then he went into his office and did some phony, made-up phone call on the speaker phone, where the person said that they called me 3 times, which was a lie. They called once. And they did not say the words physical therapy, or I would have known that that's what they were talking about. And I would have absolutely had them come because I want to get better. I went through a lot of trouble to come here and do this surgery. And I knew it was going to be hard work and a lot of trouble, but I want to get better. I want to give my son back his life, and I want my life back as well. So, yes, I am guilty of whining and complaining. I'm not used to being in pain. I was the person that only had a headache or a cold once a year. And as soon as I got here, I had 4 procedures. They all were painful. They all had a good recovery time. And I've been in pain a lot since I've been here. So, and also they said on the show that they did the vein surgery after my weight loss surgery, which is a complete lie. That was the first surgery that they did on me, was the vein thing, because I had a blood clot about 15 years ago, so I'm considered to be prone to getting blood clots. So to be safe, he put the filter on my vein, the main vein in my stomach. The very first thing when I first got here, like in August or something, is when they did that. Very first they did that. And then the next time, on the same surgery, they took out my gallbladder and they did a hernia repair. Like 2 days after they did that vein filter, they did my hernia repair and my gallbladder taken out. And then 2 months later after that is when they did my gastric bypass. So when they were twisting the show around to make it look like I ignored the physical therapy for 2 months, then he made it sound like, oh, that's why they're putting the filter on to keep me from getting a blood clot because I'm not walking and I'm not doing therapy. That was a complete BS lie because they did the filter thing first as a precaution. So that was ridiculous. And the fact that they put that my lowest weight was 529, it was only 18 pounds difference, but why couldn't they have given me that? So that was ridiculous. Also, that very last visit when I was in my power chair, the only time I was in my power chair is because our car broke down. It was in the shop. My manual wheelchair is in the trunk of the car, miles away in the shop. And they told me that they wanted one last follow-up doctor's visit so I could do a final weigh-in and they could film it before, and add that to the show before the show airs. So even though my car was broke down and I really couldn't get to the doctor, I took Metrolift, which is a bus with a lift thingy, and that's the only chair I have here is my power chair, but I also take that chair when I go on Metrolift because I can drive myself in it and Dill doesn't have to push me so much. So I go to the doctor for the first time, and the first time that he sees me in this power chair, and he flipped out. So number one, I think the main reason he flipped out was because I'm supposed to be going in the other direction. I'm supposed to be getting better, not getting worse. And when he sees me in an electric wheelchair, I guess he thought that I was regressing backwards and not doing as good, and now instead of a manual wheelchair, now I'm in an electric one. So he flipped out about that, which I can kind of see his point on that. But then when I tried to explain to him that I was only in the power chair because I had to take Metrolift to his office because our car was broke down and the wheelchair was in the trunk of the car, they cut that part out too. And then if you notice, if you watch it again, because it's on YouTube, if you have to pay to watch it, but it is on YouTube. If you watch the show on YouTube, watch when I'm sitting in my power chair and I tell him that I'm only in the power chair, and then they go away from my face and show just the top of my head and zoom in on the doctor, and then they have my voice saying, because I can't walk that far. At some point, yes, I did say I can't walk that far. It's true, I can't walk very far out of water. But they cut out the part where I said I'm only in the power chair because the car is broke down and it's in the shop and my manual wheelchair is in the trunk. They cut that part out, and they put my voice saying that I was only in that chair because I can't walk very far. And when they edited that, then they zoomed away from my face and zoomed in on the doctor. Like, they know exactly what they're doing. They know how to edit, and they know how to change everything, and it's so frustrating. And then at the very end, like 2 weeks ago or something, they came to my house and they had me do I forget what they called it, but it was just voice only, audio only. So they didn't tape me with a camera, but they put a microphone on me, and they had me repeating all the sentences that they were saying. And they would say things like, I think the doctor was too hard on me. I don't agree with how he's overreacting. I'm doing this at my pace. They were having me repeat all these things after them, and I questioned them. I was like, why are you having me say this? And they go, oh, well, we just need some different options to air on your show, blah, blah, blah. And so they kept asking me to say all these different things, which didn't feel right. And some of the stuff I actually refused to say and didn't say it. But a lot of the things I just wanted to get it over with, so I went ahead and said it. And now I know why. Like, I didn't get to see the show. I got to see it when you guys all got to see it. That's when I got to see it. I didn't know what it was going to come out as. And that's why they don't let you know, because they're going to edit it how they want. So now I know why they had me say all those things, because they put it, when it showed me eating the rice from Taco Bell, no, I'm not supposed to have carbs, but it was a little half a cup of rice. And it doesn't show that I wasn't eating anything else all day, that I was very nauseous. I've been nauseous since the beginning, and there's certain things I can and cannot eat. And I'm nauseous every morning when I wake up, so I need something to eat right away. I mean, there is some little difficulties with this surgery as well. It's not all 100% cherries, and so I've been trying to deal with it as I can. And when I told him that I was having rice, he said, you're not supposed to have rice, no carbs, no this, no that. So I said, okay, I'll try to stop having carbs. What?
No salad.
Oh, yeah. And so then the next appointment I went and I told him I was having salad and vegetables. He told me I can't have salad or vegetables either because I have a small stomach inside now, and that all I can have is protein only. Well, I agree we're supposed to have a lot of protein, but now he's saying I can't have fruit, I can't have vegetables, I can't have starch, I can't have sugar, I can't have soda. Like, I agree with the soda and the sugar and the starch stuff. I get that. But now he just told me that I can't have salad or vegetables either, which they didn't put that on the show. Why don't they put that I'm telling him I'm eating salads and vegetables, and he's telling me not to eat salad and vegetables? Like, they didn't put one thing that was beneficial to me. They put everything negative against me and made me look the worst possible. And like I said, I admit that I was whiny, or I was complaining about pain, and I screwed my face up because that's what I just happen to do when I'm in pain. I make a bad look on my face because I feel painful.
Sandwich at Bingo.
Yeah, and then at the end they said, well, we want to pay your way to Bingo so we could film it. So I let them pay my way to Bingo, and I had to buy something to eat. So the best thing I could see, since he told me not to have fruits and vegetables, and I'm not supposed to really have bread or rice either, but the cheapest thing they had was a grilled cheese sandwich for $2. So I bought that because I had hardly any money, and I ate only half of the sandwich. I didn't even eat the whole sandwich, but they sure zoomed in on me eating that and showed that, and right as I'm eating that is when they play the statements that they're having me say that I didn't know what it was going to be matched up to. As about that I'm going to do this at my pace because I know what I'm doing. I know my body better than the doctor does. They had me say all that crap. I didn't feel that way, and I didn't say a lot of the stuff they asked me to say, but they are the ones that told me to say all that. If you listen to my voice, you could even hear where it sounds kind of scripted on some of the stuff. Like, it sounds like I've obviously repeated what they told me to say. And I absolutely did repeat most of what I said on that show. Probably only a fourth of it came straight from me on my own naturally, because that was how I felt. The other 3/4 was what they put me up to saying, and I didn't know what it was going to be paired with, and they paired it with all the bad stuff. So I feel totally
They had us do all the drive around.
You know, they had us do so much stuff. They had us driving around before and after the doctor's appointment. They tried to interview us during that. They had me getting in and out of the car probably 20 times every time we went to the doctor, every time we came back from the doctor's, every time I got out of my chair to come into the house. Like, they filmed so much unnecessary stuff, which they'll probably put that all together and try to use it on the follow-up or something in a year from now. I'm sure they'll use that against me too. And if I do lose a good amount of weight, they probably won't even tell how much I lost because they're so set on making me look bad. Or they'll twist it and say, Pauline finally came to her senses and she finally started doing therapy and she finally lost weight, blah, blah, blah. What you guys don't realize is that the very last thing that was just filmed and taped was on February 5th. It was just like 2.5 weeks ago. So everyone's writing to me and saying, well, show us a current picture. What do you weigh now? I still weigh 5'11". That was just 2 weeks ago. Well, you guys think it's 5'29". You know, that was what they put my lowest weight as. That was just 2.5 weeks ago. That was February 5th. And this is February 20th. So 15 days ago is when I weighed what they're saying 5'29", but it was really 5'11". And so I have another appointment on March 7th. And I'll find out how much I weigh then. And I'm going to have my son bring the camera and take either a video clip or a still picture of me on the scale. And I will take a picture of it and I will put it on there so you guys can see it. Because I'm absolutely not lying. I went through a lot of trouble to come here. Oh, and also, by the way, I'm hearing other comments about how I got all this free help and I'm just taking advantage of it and I'm not even using the help, and I got free this and free that. Number one, my Medicaid paid for the surgery, so I guess it was free in a sense, but TLC didn't pay for it. The doctor didn't pay for it. Nobody paid for it. My insurance paid for it. Number one. Number two is that nobody's giving me free rent. Some blonde bimbo on Facebook seems to think that I'm getting free rent. That's ridiculous. I've never got 1 penny of free rent. I never, ever got that. What else am I hearing? I'm hearing so much negative stuff. I'm trying not to let it get to me, but it's so ridiculous. Yes, I know that for 6 or 7 years I have hurt my son by making him help me. But he is a good kid, and he, you know, has a good personality, and he loves his mother. Yes, I've taken advantage. I've sent him to the store to buy stuff that I shouldn't eat. So he's really not the enabler because I forced him to go get the stuff.
Comment about the lady said that I should be turned in to...
Yeah, and then someone's like, oh, if he was under 18, I would call CPS on him. Or someone needs to call CPS and have him taken away from you. Hello, he's 21. They're not going to take him away now. And when he was under 18, I just started needing his help when he was like 14 or 15. So he was almost 18 anyway when I started needing him. I was fully functional, had a full-time job, drove him to school, picked him up at 500 and 600 pounds. I was totally functional and still working up until about 10 years ago. You know, and then I got married. My husband took care of me for a couple of years. And then when we came back from Arizona to California is when I really started needing his help, and he was about 14. So yes, that's 6 and 7 years that I used my son to help me, and it wasn't right. He knows it wasn't right. I know it wasn't right. I apologize to him every day for any time I need his help. That's our own personal thing between us. That is none of anyone else's business. And these people that are making all these comments don't know how it really is. They're assuming what the TV is showing is the truth. Do they not get that that's the whole drama? They want the ratings to go up. They're doing everything the most drastic so that they can get more viewers.
And
hello, that's a reality show isn't always reality. It's fake.
And the lady said that's how we want to capture the audience.
Yeah, I mean, when the lady was taping me here, the one that works for Megalomedia, she was going, that's how we capture the audience. You want to say this and that so that they won't leave at the commercial. We want them to, you know, we were thinking, and she told me every time she had me say something and I question it, she would say, Well, we want to capture the audience. We want them to not flip the channel on the commercial or not walk away from the TV. Like, that's all they were ever concerned about. This one specific lady from Megalomedia, that I can't say her name, she knows who she is. I don't know if she'll ever watch this or not. But she's the one that always was focusing on the audience. What's the audience going to think? And we want to make them feel like they should stay here and not leave or flip the channel on a commercial. I wasn't thinking about the audience. I was trying to do my real life feelings, or how things really were going in my life during this experience. I wasn't thinking or worried about what the audience was going to think, because I know there was going to be haters and supporters no matter what the show came out to be. But they were not truthful with it at all. Had they done the 100% truth, I still would have had some haters, because you just can't escape that. But I would have had more supporters than I have now, because they totally twisted everything. They twisted every single thing. Like, there were so many bad experiences that they showed all of that and none of the good stuff. I don't know if I said this already, because I can't remember. I know I repeat stuff. Too bad to the one who was griping about that I repeat stuff. If you don't like it, don't watch. But anyway, I got someone that commented and complained that I was repeating myself and it was irritating. Sometimes I don't remember what all I have said, and I go back and forth in time in the stories, and I don't remember what I've said, so I end up repeating myself. So I apologize that that's irritating. I don't want to repeat myself, but it happens. But anyway, now I just forgot what I was going to say.
His son is the producer.
Huh?
His son is the producer.
Oh, no, that wasn't it, but I will say that too. But I just feel like the show is so scripted, and it has to be, because the doctor's son is Jonathan Nalzardan, and that's the executive producer of this show. So the doctor has a vested part in this, like, I guess when I was uncooperative and his son saw part of that tape or something, maybe he told his dad, and that's why the dad decided to single me out. I'm not sure, but I have felt like, even though I love the doctor and I think he's awesome, I don't think he's ever really had a liking for me from the beginning. I just think he didn't take a liking to me for some reason. And so, that's probably why all of this is happening, because I wasn't 100% cooperative. I was grumbly and griping, and things were hard for me, so I refused to do certain things. But the whole physical therapy thing, did I cover that yet? I did, huh? Yeah, I covered about the physical therapy thing, that I did not skip it for 2 months. That's ridiculous.
She just can't.
I just actually had my first appointment with the physical therapist today. They came twice before this and did like an assessment on me to see what my capabilities were. I never tried to skip them. I came here for a reason, to get this all taken care of, so I wouldn't have skipped them. I'm not just trying to let everyone waste their time and their money on me. That was annoying to me when I watched last season and I saw that Penny was doing that. I have to admit, I was annoyed at her episode, and I couldn't believe that she was doing that. But now that I see what they did to me, they probably did the same thing to her. Maybe they twisted it all on her too. Now I feel a little bit bad that I, disliked her after her episode, because I feel like they did the same thing to me that they did to her, and I'm 100% telling the truth, so I can't prove it to you guys. I cannot prove what I'm saying is true. So you're either going to have to believe me or believe them. You have to take your pick. And if you don't like me and you hate me or whatever, that's fine. Don't watch my clips. Don't go on my Facebook, whatever. I can't force you to be my friend, but I'm really not lying. I really have my own and my son's best interest at heart. I want what's best for both of us. I want us to have our life back, and I want to get better. And I don't know if I'm going to do the follow-up show, but if I do it, you will see all my progress then. And even if I don't do the follow-up show on TLC, I will continue to film myself and my progress and put it on YouTube. And you guys will see it whether you want to or not, like whether it's on the show or not. you don't have to watch the show to find out if I did a follow-up. You could see it on YouTube. Because I will show my progress. I'm not ashamed to show. And if I gain, I gain. I'll admit it. I'm not trying to lie to nobody. Like, I can't lie. You see, what you see is what you get. I can't say, oh, I lost 100 pounds and then show me at 500. So obviously I'm going to tell the truth. And I'll even have my son take pictures at the doctor's office on the scale so you could see me weighing and see what I'm saying is true. My life has been an open book all along. That's why I started putting this stuff on YouTube a few months back or whatever, and why I started taping this was so that I could share it with you guys. Now, if I'm really lying and trying to hide it, why would I even be doing any of this?
And they said it was 12 months.
You know, and they also said that month 12, month 10, 11, 12. Hello, I've only been here like 8 or 9 months. I haven't even been here 12 months yet. I haven't even been contacted by them 12 months ago. They first contacted me in like May, I think. Either late April, early May, something like that is when they contacted me. And I just came here June 6th. So there's no way that there's a month 11 or 12 or 10. I haven't even been here that long. I've been here like 8 months. So that was a lie too. My whole point is they're lying about the smallest things that don't even matter. You know, why do they need to put that at month 12 when I haven't been here month 12? Why do they put my lowest weight 529 when it was 511? It's only 18 pounds. They wouldn't give me that. Why? Because it would make me look worse. You know, why are they only showing when I ate the rice, the fast food rice? You know, they did show me eating a chicken salad once too, but their point was that I'm eating fast food because those both came from a fast food restaurant. You know, like, I just feel like they did everything they could to make me look the worst. And they put all the worst comments when they told me to say, I'm going to do it at my pace because I know my own body. When Sam told me to say that, I asked her, why do you want me to say that? And she was like, well, we just want some options when we put it on your show, blah, blah, blah. Like, they totally made me say that, and I fought it several times, and then finally I just started saying it just to get it over with the quickest. But anyway, I'm not going to ramble on anymore. I'm frustrated. It just happened 2 days ago. It was a bunch of BS. You can see my true stuff here on YouTube that I'm posting my own self. Why would I even post it if I'm trying to lie about it? Like, I don't understand the logic of that. You know, I may even post some of my physical therapy things, but I just had my first appointment today. There was no first appointment. There was no offers. There was no phone calls or any missed appointments that I missed. It never happened. So even if I show you my physical therapy appointments, that's not going to help you because you probably already believe that they're saying I skipped 2 months worth of them. And then that's why they supposedly had to put the filter on my main vein. They put that as a precaution before my gastric. So it's all lies. Anyway, believe it or not, I'm sorry to have to rant and rave like this, but it really is ridiculous what they did. And it was a complete lie. So the ones that do support me and are on my side, I really appreciate and thank you. You know who you are. I really appreciate it. And the ones who don't support me, I have nothing to say. I don't know what to say to convince you. You obviously have your mind made up, so I guess just don't watch my stuff. Anyway, have a great day, and I'll see you all again soon.